One by one, they fell. Some to greed, some to pride, some to the road they chose. I watched them all go, and I kept walking. The last man standing.
Started with a circle full of brothers, five. Faith and vision, every single one of us believed in. Our own mission, we shook hands in the dark and swore that nothing could divide us. We built our code on loyalty and let that code guide us. But the road reveals the truth about the ones who walk beside you. And money has a way of showing you who truly tried to. One by one, the faces that I loved began to change, and what we built together started slowly rearranging. First it was the ambition that began to split directions. Then the money brought the silence, and the silence brought the questions. Then the questions brought the distance, and the distance brought the fractures. And what was once unbreakable collapsed in several chapters. I tried to hold the pieces of a brotherhood together, but you cannot force a loyalty that crumbles in bad weather. So I let the storm take everyone it needed for its lesson, and I stood alone inside the rubble of our session.
Last man standing in a field of fallen kings. I carried every ounce of weight that broken lawyer brings. Last man standing, battle won but never once defeated. Every enemy I faced and every war I completed made me something more than what I was before the falling. Made me answer every version of my deeper calling. Last man standing, this is where I end and where I start. Built an empire out of ruins with a lion's heart.
Loyalty isn't something that is loud or wears a costume. Real loyalty shows up when your world becomes a war room. It shows in every moment when the comfortable path is leaving. It shows in every presence during night you stop believing. But when the storm swept every name I trusted off my roster, I had to make a choice between becoming small or larger. I chose to take the emptiness and fill it with a purpose. I chose to take the loneliness and turn it to a surface. To build upon the silence something stronger than the noise. To find within the stillness something louder than their voice. The crown feels different now that there is no one else to share it. But every scar that built this crown reminds me I can bear it. They left for their own reasons, for their comfort, for their seasons. And I forgave them all in private for their very human reasons. But forgiveness doesn't mean you let them back inside the temple. The last man standing built his walls intentional and simple.
For every name I lost along the broken way, for every oath that crumbled in the bitter light of day, for every hand that let go when the weight became too heavy, for every promise broken when the road got far too deadly. I rise not out of vengeance and not out of raw anger. I rise because the mission never needed them to anchor. I rise because the man I am was built inside the absence. I rise because the last man standing owns his own renaissance.